Well, hey there, Pearson coming at you from the Paralegal Boot Camp. And I'm here today to talk to you if you're a new litigation paralegal or fairly new, say 5 years or less, because I keep seeing stuff out there in these Facebook groups, and I hear it from other paralegals as well, that you're told you've got to give it time. If you want to be a rock star paralegal, it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, got to put in the years of experience. I'm here to tell you it doesn't take that long. I promise you. It's not going to take a decade. It's not going to take 20 years. But there are some things that you should focus on, not should. You have to focus on early in your career if you want to fast track it and not have to wait a decade or 2 decades to see that kind of success. So let me pull up my slideshow for you, and I'm going to talk to you about the 3 key areas that you want to focus on early in your career. What are those 3 keys? Mindset, behaviors, and skills. The problem is too often we focus just on the skills. I can tell you in the last 30 years, I have met a lot of paralegals who had excellent skills, who were not rock star paralegals, and they were not seeing the same success as other paralegals. The problem in focusing on just one of these areas, like skills, for example, is then you have that mindset that it takes years to gain all of those skills. It doesn't, but it does take all 3 of these. Now, notice how education is not on here. That's because, as you know, if you've been working as a litigation paralegal for even a short amount of time, they don't teach you how to be a great litigation paralegal in any paralegal certificate program. And there are also plenty of great paralegals out there who have no paralegal certificate. Now, I'm not advocating that someone should not get a paralegal certificate, not at all, because I think that will limit your job opportunities if you don't get one. But what I am saying is that the education isn't critical to your success. I put together this Venn diagram when I was developing the litigation paralegal boot camp. And I looked at these 3 key areas, and why would you want to be successful? Why do you want to be a rock star paralegal? Well, more job security, more money, more confidence. That little star in the middle, that's the rock star. But then also I wanted to look at, well, what areas, what 3 things, main things in each of these areas do we need? So when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about the mindset that you can be a rock star paralegal now, not later. The mindset that you own your career, and the mindset that you own your cases. And when I'm talking about behaviors, I'm talking about being proactive, paying attention to detail, and mastering time management. And when I'm talking about skills, I'm talking about mastering the discovery phase, sharpening your technology skills, and leveling up your trial prep skills, even if you don't go to trial. This might be a better visual to be able to read what I'm talking about. So the mindset that it doesn't take years. It does not take years to be a rock star paralegal, but you have to develop all of these areas in order to do that. So let's start with the first one. It doesn't take years. You probably have seen the Facebook posts, LinkedIn post. It takes many years of experience, coming from paralegals who have been doing it for 20 or 30 years. I started my career 30 years ago, and I can tell you that what we had available to us in the 1990s was nothing compared to what you have. So even given that, even if you don't even listen to a thing that I'm saying in this video, understand that you have a lot more opportunity to excel a lot faster than someone who started their career 30 years ago. But also, one of the things that you have to be careful about is it's not the years of experience. It's about mindset, skills, and behavior. And then our second mindset of taking ownership of your career. You've probably heard me talk about this before, but I'm going to say it again. There's this story in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And his 7th habit is to sharpen the saw. And he tells a story of a guy sitting on a branch up high in a tree, trying to cut the branch with a dull saw. And a guy walks under the tree and says, "Hey, down the road, I've got a barn and a saw sharpener. you're free to use it. And the guy on the branch says, no, it's going to take me too long. By the time I get the saw out of the branch, climb down the tree, walk down the road to your barn, sharpen the saw, walk back, climb back up the tree, and get on this branch, I'll have already had it cut. Well, and obviously the moral of the story is he doesn't get it cut because he's got a dull saw. And what that means for a paralegal, first of all, it means choosing professional development things that are going to add to your mindset, your behaviors, and your skills. And that doesn't always mean just filling up your file cabinet with CLE certificates, because we all know, yes, they can be boring, but a lot of them you're just getting because you want that one CLE credit, and it does nothing to increase any of the three key areas. Which brings me to my third mindset, taking ownership of your cases. Now, if you don't already have a copy of our 3-step roadmap, I'll put a link to it below that you can download. It's a PDF that shows you how you can be more proactive on your cases. Because in order to own your cases, you have to know what's going on in your cases. You have to be able to understand what's needed and know what the attorney needs before they come to you with those little tasks and things that have to be done, and you had no idea, almost like it was coming out of the blue. So these three key areas, that's what we want to focus on: mindset, behaviors, and skills. And with your mindset, it's you can be a rock star paralegal now, you own your career, so you invest in it, and you own your cases. Now, if you're looking to fast track your paralegal career, again, I used this when I developed the litigation boot camp. And so enrollment is open starting June 6th, and it closes June 16th. So if you're watching this video anywhere between then, you should be able to jump into the litigation boot camp. And if you're not able to join me in the course, continue following YouTube. Follow our podcast, subscribe to it, hit the subscribe button in this video, and you'll get access to some free trainings that I put out like this. And I take some deeper dives into proactive case management and some other things. And don't forget, we're also putting out weekly content on our podcast, Paralegals on Fire podcast show. So many ways that you can get information. And throughout all of those, I focus on mindset, behaviors, and skills.